Welcome to the Jyotishi YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about, one of the most common questions that get asked to an astrologer, which is there a parihara or is there a remedy that is, that I can inculcate in my life so that my life becomes better in the various aspects. So today we are going to touch upon these remedies and how they will help us in the different aspects of our life. Hi Anand, in astrology, there is pariharas, right?
Yes.
Pariharas or remedies.
Yes.
What are the general pariharas that you as an astrologer would recommend to everyone that one should follow in their
Yes,
life
yes.
on a daily basis?
Yeah. So there are specific remedies, specific pariharas. So we'll today talk about some general remedies.
Right.
So we'll take some use cases and then
Sure.
talk about some general remedies for people. So to start with, which kind of thing would you like to take it up? Like,
So I would maybe come back. So there are four main reasons, right?
Yes.
One is relationships.
yes,
Second is health,
yes,
right? Third is related to your career,
yes,
money,
yes,
all of these things, right? And the fourth is peace of mind.
yes.
So let's go in this order.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's a
Yes.
good order, right?
Yes.
So would you like to start with maybe relationships first?
Yeah. So relationships, the two basic things here are one is when do I get married,
Okay.
or what do I do to kind of activate the process of marriage, or rather to put it, how do I get a good husband or a good wife?
Right.
How do I have a peaceful life? So these are the typical questions in terms of relationship.
Right.
So the best remedy from a relationship point of view is Swayamvara mantra.
Okay.
So Swayamvara mantra, it's Yogini, Yogini, Yogeshwari, Yoga Bhayankari. So that's a very powerful mantra, and it's so you chant 108 times the Swayamvara mantra, especially in the evenings. So if possible daily, or on Mondays and Fridays, it is supposed to best to fantastic results in terms of.
Okay.
So it's basically a mantra to goddess Devi, so especially Parvati, and then you chant this mantra. So we'll put up the links of these mantras, below the session. So below the YouTube kind of a link. So Swayamvara mantra is a fantastic thing for marriage.
For relationships.
Yes. Now after marriage, so people may or may not have kids. So
Right.
that's a very, very big issue again. So people kind of don't have kids.
Right.
So Santana Gopala mantra is a fantastic remedy for that.
Okay.
So Om Devaki Sutta Vasudeva Jagatpate Dehimantanayam. So that's a fantastic mantra for bearing kids or bearing
Progeny.
good kids. Yeah.
Right.
So both have their own story. So the first Swayamvara mantra talks about the Devi's quest for Shiva.
Okay.
And then second, the Santana Gopala mantra talks about Devaki's prayers to God to kind of bear Lord Krishna.
Got it.
So from that perspective, it is a very, very.
You spoke about one aspect of relationships,
Yes.
right? So which is between the husband and the wife, or the
Yes.
male and the female, right?
Yes.
There are other relationships as well, right?
Yes.
For example, my relationship with my parents
Yes.
is one form of a relationship, or my relationship to my friends is another form.
Yes.
We are colleagues
Yes.
at work, right?
Yes.
So these are different relationships.
Yes.
And not, it might be that the relationship as a husband and wife might be harmonious,
Yes.
but maybe at work the relationship with my parents might not be as harmonious.
Yes.
Is there any remedy on the different aspects of relationship?
So overall, from an overall perspective, to have the fourth aspect that you talked about, a peace of mind, and to have good thoughts, to have good connects with people, the overall thing that you need to do is chant Vishnu Sahasranamam, or at least listen to that. So from an overall perspective, Vishnu Sahasranamam is probably number one in terms of the overall remedies kind of thing. So either you can, so it is reasonably very simple. Once you start listening to Vishnu Sahasranamam over a period of 1 month or maximum 2 months, you should be able to by heart it.
Okay.
So from that perspective, the overall thing, Vishnu Sahasranamam is fantastic.
Okay. So you're saying Vishnu Sahasranamam is the all-encompassing mantra
Yes.
which will solve for all of these problems.
Yes.
Okay. So now let's come to the second aspect of it,
Yes.
which is career, right?
Yes.
This is a very pertinent question to people who are maybe starting off their career or looking for a
Yes.
change, right?
Yes.
Or someone who goes through regular ups and downs in their career. So
Yes.
what are the pariharas or remedies for people who would want to grow the career path?
Yes. So, on the overall space, the general remedies, we're not talking about specific
Yes.
to a case. General remedies, if you are a businessman, if you are into running your own company, if you are an entrepreneur, the best thing that you need to kind of, from a mantra perspective, that best thing that you need to do is Sri Suktam. Sri Suktam, listen to Sri Suktam almost every day. And so Hiranyavaranam Harinim. So it is a fantastic mantra for business and prosperity in business from that perspective. Mahalakshmi Ashtakam is another Namastestu Mahamaye. So Mahalakshmi Ashtakam is another mantra again, which is fantastic in terms of prosperity, to usher in prosperity kind of a thing.
This is more from a business perspective.
This is more from a business
Let's say
perspective.
I'm working
Yes.
in like a startup, or let's say I'm working for an MNC,
Yes.
and I want to climb up the corporate ladder. So
Yes.
for those sort of people,
Yes. So here what happens is corporate ladder, when you talk about a corporate kind of a setup, the main thing that happens there is there are 100 people who are equivalent to you.
right?
There may be 100 people who are equivalent to you, and then there may be a few who are trying to step on your head and then move forward. So here what we are focusing on is Vignam, that is the obstructions in your life.
Okay.
So in order to remove obstructions, one of the best thing is Ganesh mantra. Any small Ganesh mantra is fantastic from a career point of view. So it kind of helps us remove different obstructions and then help us move forward.
Since Lord Ganesha is known to move
Vignaharta. Yes.
So it is best to chant that mantra.
Yes. So from a sort of a negativity point of view, there are various small things that you can do from a negativity. So if you are a star performer, obviously now whether you believe or not, negativity may affect you or not, all that is a separate question.
Right.
So from a negativity point of view, there are two things or multiple things that can be done. So one important thing is chanting Mahasudarshana mantra.
Okay.
Om Krishnaya Govinda Gopi Jana Vallabhaya. So that's a fantastic thing from a negativity point of view. So it kind of creates an aura around you, and then you kind of shield negativity.
Kavacham is what?
Kavacham kind of a thing.
Yes.
Or Narasimha Kavacham, that is also a fantastic thing to do. Or so there are basically 5 elements, and then we almost on a daily basis focus on body wash. That is, cleansing yourself from a jala perspective.
Right.
So in addition to that, you can also look at a sort of a fire cleansing. So for example, if you light the lamp daily, it kind of improves your fire kind of a cleansing. So any negativities around you, any negativities in your system, it kind of moves away. So that is why you clearly tell in Vastu, right? So the house that you take should be adequately lit, and it should be adequately aerated as well from a natural perspective, rather than a fan or a AC kind of a thing. So air wash is another thing. So if you light the lamp daily and have enough cooling systems onto your thing, it kind of cleanses your body, and negativities automatically kind of flows away from the system.
Okay.
So from that perspective, it is
That's the
fantastic.
good thing.
Yes, and small things you can do. You can keep Karpur at 4 corners of your location.
Okay.
You can also use a rock salt or a lime. So if you go to any fancy store, any small shop, you would find a cup of lime with water.
Yeah.
So it is said that lime absorbs negativity, and cleaning your floor with rock salt mixed in it.
Right.
It is stated that these are age-old traditions.
Yes.
And they kind of remove the negativity from the system. So overall, it brings a positive impact onto your system, and then it also helps in your career kind of a thing.
So this covers the aspect of career, right?
Yes.
Now let's move on to health as another aspect,
Yes.
right? Health impacts people at different points of time.
Yes.
So how does one? Of course there is that physical aspect of health where one needs to exercise,
Yes.
eat sattvic food,
Yes.
right? Eat the right, maintain the right sort of diet,
Yes.
right? So that is one aspect to it. But there is also the unknown aspect to health, right? Like suddenly you fall ill
Yes.
because of no reason,
Yes.
right? So that is there something that you can tell us about how to, what sort of pariharas that we need to do to remain healthy?
Yes. So there are a couple of things. Any parihara should be easily doable. It should be affordable, and it should be kind of from a perspective that it should be practically
Feasible.
implementable on a daily basis.
Right.
So you would notice, in many YouTube channels and many readings, there are certain pariharas where you take a coconut, throw it in the river, go to the other side, pick up that coconut and crash it down and then put it in Shiva's. So those pariharas, they are sort of not very sattvic from that perspective.
Okay.
So we are looking at pariharas from here from a sattvic perspective.
Right.
Now whether a remedy helps you or not, it totally depends on your bhakti towards that remedy that you're doing,
Right.
your belief in that remedy that you're doing, and either the problem gets mitigated or you get the ability to kind of face that problem. So that is what we are talking about. Otherwise, anybody doing pariharas will become Bill Gates. It doesn't happen in this world.
Right.
So everybody has their own space, every
Yes.
thing that we are living on, and it works from that perspective. So from a good health perspective, a sattvic diet is the first thing that is recommended. So anything, by definition of sattvic, what it means is anything that is cooked in a 3 to 5 hour
Hour
kind of
span.
a span.
Okay.
So that is sattvic. So to give an example, is pickles sattvic? Is mixture sattvic? No, it is not sattvic. So anything which is cooked in a 3 to 5 hour span is sattvic. And second thing, you need to kind of get into a routine, a yogic kind of a lifestyle where you do at least one yoga. It could be a Surya Namaskar. It could be basic stretching exercises as mentioned in yoga. So any basic thing that is required.
Right.
And from a general health perspective, if you can connect with the 5 elements, so especially water, and then you can keep a cup of water in your puja room and then chant the Dhanvantri mantra, or the Mrityunjaya mantra.
Okay.
So these two mantras are supposed to kind of bestow very good health and prosperity from that point of view.
Okay.
So these two things and every day you can change the water and then replace with a new water, chanting these mantras again. So from a physical health perspective, this is fantastic.
Right.
From a mental health perspective, it is important because moon is related there.
Yes.
So from a moon is mother. So you're talking about chanting Lalita Sahasranamam. So anything to Lalita Shtotram, anything to do with the Divine Mother sort of gives you a peace and happiness from a mind point of view. So ideally, as soon as you get up in the morning, if you know, you can do your routine stuff and then chant. If you don't know and then you want to learn, you can keep this on and then listen to first Vishnu Sahasranamam and then second Lalita Sahasranamam. So from that perspective, that is the best thing to do. So overall, from a parihara perspective, anything to do with mantras is good. So the mantras that we talked about for specific cases, and then there are chart specific cases where you can do a dana as well. So that is also a good parihara to kind of thing. And any dana for a poor person is definitely fantastic. So for example, Saturn on a Saturday, if you can, poor old man or an old woman or a poor man, you can donate something or give them food. It is a very good thing to do. So any giving away from that perspective is also good. Teaching is also a very good way to kind of do remedies for your life. So there are various methodologies. We have primarily focused here on mantras,
Right.
because one of the most sattvic methods or the most effective methods is considered to be mantras.
one last question before we wind up. You know, it could also, like a lot of times we've heard of pariharas as doing homas,
Yes.
which also include mantras,
Yes.
but those become very elaborate.
Yes.
When do you think such a parihara is required versus is that based on the chart? Is what you would say?
So a mantra is known to yield results after a specific period, after a specific. So you suppose you chant a mantra 10 times in a period of 20 days, it has absolutely no effect. So the devotional aspect has to come, and there is a specific kind of a count. So for example, some mantras are counted in lakhs. So once it becomes in lakhs, it starts to yield its energy. So for example, a Panchakshari mantra, Namah Shivaya, about 5 lakh times when you chant over a specific time frame, it starts yielding a good kind of a result. So as compared to a homa is usually done when the intensity required is a little more from a mantra perspective. So when you want a little more intense thing, and ideally it is said that you doing a mantra or you doing a homa is much more powerful than a priest doing the homa. So, but fortunately, unfortunately, we all don't know things.
That is what I was.
But there are certain things in the procedural aspect of
Right.
it. So you can minimize and cut the procedure.
Got it.
So for example, when you light the lamp and then once you chant the mantra and do it, that is also sort of considered a mini
Homa.
kind of a homa.
Okay.
So that is also equally powerful.
So like Anand mentioned, it's very important that the parihara be a sattvic parihara, and something that is practical and can be implemented daily in our life is something that also gets imbibed into our life. And when it gets imbibed into our life, like Anand mentioned, over a period of time it has a profound effect, which is also known as the compounding effect, right? Every day you add something to your life, and then over a period of time it gets compounded. So if you would like to know more on what is very specific to your chart, please log on to jyotishi.com and we will be able to help you. Thank you for watching the video.